watch me. Dancing in the colors, lightning, blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. Yeah, we got everything we need right here.
Hey guys, and thank you so much for watching. So today's video is a plant tour. I've collected quite a bit of plants over the past few years, so I wanted to share my collection with you guys. I have always been an outdoor plant, like garden type of lover, but I have recently become obsessed with indoor plants and collecting them and all of the different species. So you'll definitely love this video if you love plants as well. If you're new to my channel, then hello and welcome. My name is Janetta LeRose and I film all different types of videos, from beauty to planning and lifestyle videos just like this. So join the family by hitting that subscribe button, and if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and let's get touring. So this one is my Sansevieria. It's in my bedroom. This is actually the only plant in my bedroom. I want to have a lot more, but there's just not enough room. I don't remember the Latin name of this, but of course it will be right down here. I named it Lydia because I have another Sansevieria at work that I've named Beetlejuice because the way that it looks. It's like one of those Sansevieria. I forgot the Latin name of that one too, but this is Lydia. But Lydia also is growing a new baby. If you are new to like the plant world, I definitely recommend getting a Sansevieria. They're like super easy to take care of, and you can forget to water it and it'll still love you. Like, look at my baby. Like, this little baby, it's so cute. Can you guys see? It's so little. I love it. Cute little guy. So monsteras are definitely a really popular plant. You'll see them in a lot of like tropical designs and patterns, and also this is kind of one of those plants that everyone pretty much has their eye on. They're really easy to take care of. There's like 40 different species of monstera, but I feel like the deliciosa is probably one of those like really popular plants. And this plant came from my friend Nikki. So thanks so much for giving it to me. When she gave it to me, it only had 3 little stems. Right here is the newest leaf. It unfurled this week finally, and it's so big. So you'll see like my hand right here, and it has a ton of holes. So this is how I know my plant is really happy, when I keep getting new leaves, and each time the leaf grows, they get bigger and bigger. My next plant is my Peperomia obtusifolia. Literally peperomias are my favorite type of plant. There are a crap ton of different types of peperomia, but I think the obtusifolia is probably my favorite peperomia of them all. I got this from a nursery called Garden Hood in Atlanta, and I didn't know it was variegated until these 2 new leaves sprouted this summer. And then the next one is my Coffea arabica plant. This guy was so hard to take care of when I first got it. It was lush and green, and these guys like a lot of humidity, and I wasn't really aware of that. So I did buy a humidifier, and I've been taking really good care of it. So I think it's gonna do a lot better than it was previously. I do see a ton of new growth, like these right here are new growth. So I think it is doing fairly well. So on my TV, I have 4 different types of plants, and this one is my Hoya carnosa. I think this plant is so beautiful. This actually is a plant that does really well inside, and it also flowers. And these are really perfect because they do trail downwards, and then they have the beautiful flowers. So once this guy gets a little bit bigger, I will be putting it in like a hanging planter, but I don't want to put holes in the ceilings in the apartment, so I just have him like trailing down, and I will alternate this guy with my Calathea on the humidifier. So this plant is another peperomia. Like I said, there's a ton of different versions of the peperomia. This is a peperomia metallica. Yeah, I think this is a peperomia metallica. And that's because the leaves have like this silvery bits on them, but I think they're so pretty. And I got this one from Pike Nursery for $3, and you can see how it is propagated using a leaf, and then new growth will grow out of it. And I also have a little tiny, I don't know if you can see, let's see, that little green guy right there. It's a new baby leaf growing. It's so cute. These plants are just so fun and interesting to look at. And then I have another peperomia. I honestly don't know which one this is. I want to say it's a watermelon peperomia, but I don't think it is the way that the leaves look. So if you know, please let me know in the comments down below. I couldn't find a species to tell you guys. If I do find it, I'll put it on the bottom of the screen. But the leaves on this one look so cool. They're like reddish, but also green and brown. It kind of reminds me of a Ninja Turtle. And then the underside has like a little bit of color, and then the stems are a pink color. So this is probably one of my favorite plants ever. I think these look so cool. This is the Pilea peperomioides. It looks really similar to the peperomia that I just showed you, which is where the word peperomioides, the Latin name, comes from, because I think this was classified as a peperomia. They're also called the friendship plant because when I first bought it, only this stem was in the pot, and then all of a sudden these two guys came out of nowhere, and then this guy just came out of nowhere. Like, I have no idea where it came from. So they're really easy to like propagate and then also share and put them in a new pot for friends. They grow like crazy. Right here is a new baby leaf. Hopefully you guys can see them. All right, so on this side of the apartment on my end table, I have this plant. I honestly don't know what it is. It looks like an oyster plant, but I can't tell what it is. I got it from Pike Nursery, but on the label it just said like attractive foliage, and I was like, okay, but it was like $3, so I thought it was really cute. It has really pretty velvet leaves on it, and new buds are just growing like crazy, and I haven't really done anything, so I just water it once a week. It has normal soil, but I do have a lot of perlite in it just so it's well draining. I'm not really sure if it likes a lot of water or not, so I'm just gonna treat it how I normally would treat my plants and see how it reacts. That's how I typically do for a lot of my plants. I see how it reacts, and if it likes a lot of water, then I keep giving it, and if it doesn't like a lot of water, then I stop. All right, and then my next plant is my parlor palm that I got from Home Depot. I think parlor palms are so beautiful, and this one keeps growing. This is the newest frond, and look how tall it is. It's so tall. So it's in a watering can type thing. What is this called? Like a self-watering planter. You just put the water in there, and then a string hooks up to the bottom of the pot, and then it just waters itself when the soil is dry, which is probably one of the easiest ways to take care of plants. And for palms, every time I water my plants in general, I always rotate them so it gets sunlight from all around, and they typically will do really well. My next peperomia is this Peperomia Golden Gate. I got it from Garden Hood as well. So this is one of the newest plants that I got, and this is a variegated variety that has the really pretty creamy white on the outside of the leaves and then green on the inside, and it just looks like someone painted it. I have him in a nursery pot as well with like an IKEA little gold planter. There's no hole in the bottom, which is why I typically will put a nursery pot inside, so that way I can water them really easy and they don't get waterlogged. Again, a super easy plant to take care of, but I think the foliage is so striking. New baby is coming right here, so these get really tall, and I cannot wait. So on my other nightstand or end table, I have a Sansevieria. This is a Sansevieria trifascata, I believe. It's the most common Sansevieria that you can buy. I got this one from Home Depot. These are called like cast iron plants or something because these are extremely hard to kill, just like my other Sansevieria, but these are the most common. You probably know them as snake plants, They have the yellow on the outside with the beautiful green and dark green ribbon on the inside. These are the 2 new babies that like literally just grew this summer like crazy. And look how tall this one already is. It was so small. Okay, so on my bookshelf, I have a lot of my plants. So this is my first plant that I've ever had. This is like a really common plant that a lot of people have. This is my pothos or pothos, whatever you want to pronounce it, tomato. This is like a plant that keeps on giving, kind of like that pilea that I showed you guys, but this is like most common. I actually got this from my mom. She cut off hers because they trail. These are like vining plants. She cut them off and put them in the water for like 12 years, and then I was like, can I have that? And she was like, yeah. It was in a green plastic like solo cup for a really long time. So I took it and I put it in soil, and it has grown ever since. I think when I first got it, it only had like 2 or 3 leaves, like 2 or 3 tiny leaves, and they were all like a green color. But as you can see, this also has variegation. So this has grown white, and there's some variegation here and some variegation here. I feel like with every new leaf there's more, every new leaf there's more variegation. And then I have a variegated pothos. I don't know the Latin name of this one, but this is so beautiful. I love variegation. This looks like someone hand painted it with like watercolor. You do have to be careful with variegated plants, because if you move them too far away from the sunlight and they're not getting a good amount of sunlight, like not too much where it will burn the leaves. Like some of these leaves are burnt from being in the sun, like at the nursery, but if you move them too far away, they will revert all the way back to green, which is what I think was wrong with my mom's plant. She does have it on the floor, but she has like a curtain and the blinds are always closed, so there's not a lot of sunlight getting in. But since I have it near the window and it's getting a lot of sun throughout the day, I think that's why it is getting variegated. But the variegation will never look like this. This is a certain species of pothos, which I will have down below. Oh guys, so cute. Here I got a more exotic plant. This is a Dieffenbachia reflector. These leaves are super cool. They have like little dots on them. This little piece right here that's trying to unfurl, but I don't know how well it's doing. I don't know if it's liking my house, so I'm gonna try to do a couple of things. I gave it a coffee bath this morning because they like a lot of nitrogen. So I'm hoping that it starts to like living here, otherwise it's gonna die off. It looks kind of sad, so hopefully I can nurse it back to health. I haven't fertilized it because I did put new soil in here, so it has a slow release fertilizer, but hopefully it does really well. I want it to grow. All right, so this guy right here is an aluminum plant. The Latin name is Pilea cadiri minima. This is from the tropics. It's called the aluminum plant because it has silver on the leaves. And so far I think it's doing pretty well. I see some new growth right here. I think this is a really fun plant to add to my collection. On my dining table I have this plant. This is a Photonia with the pink and the green. It came as a combo set from Home Depot as well. This is the most, not the most, but it's like a semi-dramatic, like on a scale of like 1 to Mariah Carey, this is probably an 8.5. The sticker says that it's a low light plant, so I just have it on my dining table. I don't have a drainage on the bottom because it does like a lot of water, but I feel like it drinks water so much, so I don't know. I think once it gets a little bit bigger, I'll put it in another pot and maybe bottom water it because... And then this plant right here, I have no idea what it is, but it was cute and I saw it from Trader Joe's and I had to have it. I'm pretty sure this is a money tree, but there's like 12 different types of money trees, so I don't really know the actual species of it. I think the leaves look pretty cool. They're like starred out a little bit. and I don't know if it flowers. I don't know what it likes. I pretty much brought it home. This is the container that came from Trader Joe's. So I just brought it home, gave it some water, and then I was like hoping for the best. So once I do a little more research, I'll know like what this plant likes. But so far I'm just giving it moderate light and just seeing how it grows from there. Here's a new baby when it's really little. And then I'm pretty sure at maturity it is like this big. So this is what's left of my Calathea orbitfolia. These plants are really hard, y'all. I have cut off all of the dead leaves except for this one. These guys like a lot of humidity. They like moist, well-draining soil, and they also don't like tap water. You have to put the tap water in a container, let the minerals and chemicals evaporate out into the air, and then water with that. Or you can buy distilled water in a bottle and water it, which is what I have been doing. I think this plant might have just gotten too much water, and also it might have gotten tap water, and I just didn't like that because the mixture is really good quality mixture of orchid bark, peat, perlite. It just doesn't like me. So I bought a humidifier, so I'm gonna see if it does well. And here is a new baby. I gave it a hydrogen peroxide bath, which I think helped. So here's a new baby here. And then, because I didn't learn my lesson sooner enough, I got another Calathea. So I bought this Calathea pinstripe a really long time ago from IKEA, and I had no idea what it was. I just thought it was a cute house plant. And then it had spider mites because IKEA. So I bought another one at Pike. It had 2 new leaves, so I know it was growing. Actually 3 new leaves, so I knew it was growing really well. And so far so good. I have it on the humidity, under the humidifier, watering it twice a week with filtered water. And it has a little bit of brown edges because, I mean, it came to a new space, but so far so good. These are one of those prayer plants that will like move in the nighttime upwards and then go down because it wants to get all the light that it can. So these are pretty cool. They do move like up and down. But what's really popular about it is the foliage. What's really popular is the foliage on them. They're so pretty. I think Calatheas are one of the most beautiful plants. And then at maturity underneath, you'll see the leaves are purple. Okay, so one of my other favorite plants, I think I just like succulent type plants, but this is a ZZ plant. My Latin's terrible, guys. But this is a really easy plant to grow. Got this guy from Home Depot. This is one of the plants where you can forget about it, literally forget about it, and it will still love you no matter what. Like, it will love you unconditionally until you die. And these will grow so big and massive. I cannot wait for it to get so big. When I first bought it, I think it was down here, but it's just been growing like crazy. And I also have a new little fella in here, if you can see, growing. And then I have a little tiny fella right here growing. But yeah, one of the plants that will just love you unconditionally no matter what. Really easy to take care of, thick succulent stems and leaves, so which is why you can forget to water them. I just wouldn't overwater them because if you do, the leaves will turn yellow. I have a little bit of yellowing right here, but I only water these once every 2 weeks, so they've been doing really well. All right, so that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, definitely give this video a thumbs up, and if you have made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Definitely give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in a brand new video in a couple of days. Bye!